In my previous video, we did a mod on this 5th gen 4Runner where I redirected the drain output for the AC condensation. Very easy mod. A lot of people can do it, even moron like me. Now in the forums, I learned about another mod you can do to prevent rust, especially if you live in the Rust Belt, aka any state that salts the roads during winter, which I don't live in directly, but I do go up to the snow a lot during winter for snowboarding and snowshoeing. Plus, I do plan to move out of California in a couple of years, so I could end up in the Rust Belt. Now, the issue is a piece of foam that's installed underneath the radiator, apparently to help with airflow, and I'll explain a little bit more about that, or what I know about that, in a little bit. Now, this chunk of foam, apparently, according to a lot of people I've read, can collect salt water, which is road salt mixed with the snow that melted, and you basically get this sponge of salt water sitting on part of your frame. And salt water, as we all know, is basically acid on metal. It causes rusting. Being from Michigan, this is something I know a lot about, very intimately. So I'm going to actually climb under and see about modifying my 4Runner. Now the radiator and the foam that we're going to remove is right up here. It is being protected by this plastic cover, which I have to remove. It's pretty easy, just a few bolts using a 10mm socket. And with those 5 removed, we can slide this right off. Now we have access to the radiator and the foam. That foam piece is right here. Now, there's been some questions on the internet, including my own, which is what exactly this was for. Some people said this helps with vibration and road noise. Maybe. I don't really see how. Again, I don't know that much about vehicles. But what did make sense is people said this helps with airflow. It helps prevent the hot air from inside the engine from coming back around and getting pulled into the radiator. So it's helping the radiator only pull the cooler air from the front, not from the back. And that you can, in most cases, safely remove the foam easy enough. Okay, well that makes sense. And now we don't have this foam collecting salt water from the roads during winter, sitting on top of the frame right here, causing rust. And that was the big issue a lot of people complained about. So, okay, we solved that problem. However, looking at this, the purpose was mostly for when you were idling in hot weather, like if you're using a 4Runner as your commuter car for whatever reason. Not so much driving down the road as far as keeping the hot air from coming in from underneath. Obviously, if you're driving down the road, that's probably not going to be as much of an issue. Well, this was in place for a reason, and I want to respect Toyota's original design decision to have this in place. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of foam here. This is, what's it called, an EPDM foam? Maybe I got that wrong. So that way, even though I removed one problem, I'm not creating another problem by messing with the airflow management that Toyota designed. But first, I should probably clean off this a little bit before I try applying this foam. All right, well, I hope that's clean enough. Let's try to apply this. Hopefully it fits. I think it will. It'll probably be a tight fit, but I think that's fine. I hope it's fine. It's a better way to put it. All right, I got the rubber in place. Was this a good idea? I don't know. I hope so. I don't want to screw up here publicly on YouTube. And I was doing a lot of research on the forums. You had 3 types of people that would comment. One would say, Toyota did this for a reason, don't touch it. The second type of people said, I know the reason, but that reason's also literally rusting my vehicle. Here are pictures as proof, so I ripped it out and I don't care. And then a third type of people that said, same thing as number 2, except they said they inserted some rubber like I did instead. Now, they didn't say what kind of rubber or any advice, didn't leave any links for the product they used. They just said they inserted rubber, which made sense to me. I admit I don't know everything, but it seemed like a sensible approach. So hopefully I used the right kind of rubber. Try to do some research on that, Google recommendations. I think it's called EPDM. Again, I'm probably getting the acronym letters screwed up. Hopefully the adhesive holds. I guess we'll find out. I'll circle back around in a few months, pop off the plastic cover here, which I guess I can put back on now. I'll pop this off, have a look and see if it's still there. And then come back a year after that and check one more time and see if it's still there. And I'll post follow-up videos about that. Overall, I think one thing that was an absolute fact was that this foam can cause rust. But either way, it's fun to learn about these vehicles. Hopefully, I did the right thing. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm an idiot. I don't care. My vehicle, my money. I'm only trying to do the right thing. As I said in the previous video, I am not an expert with Toyotas, so please do not use me as a source of knowledge or reference for maintaining your 4Runner or Tacoma. I know probably the least amount of 4Runner knowledge on YouTube compared to a lot of other channels who actually know what they're talking about. So there are much better resources than me. I am just the most average of dude trying to maintain his 4Runner, mod his 4Runner so he can look cool driving around the mall. Well, I'm gonna get this put back together. Hopefully this is a good long-term solution, but we won't know for quite a while. Well, thanks for tuning in. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to click the like button. You don't have to click any notification bells. I really don't care, and I'll see you again next time.